Oh gosh, Blazers! Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're back with Autopilot Simulator. That's me. Anyway, we're gonna be doing some FSD testing. I put in a long navigation route, and for most of this testing, I was not at the computer. I was just watching YouTube somewhere else. I actually don't remember what I was doing, but that's probably what I was doing. Probably just watching YouTube. Anyway, Expressway Entrance 2. That's about like. I can't see the amount of miles. Like 7 miles, I think that says. 7.8 miles, does that say? I can't tell. But anyway, yeah, set up a special kind of visualization type. Where it's like at the bottom, it's like kind of transparent so you can still see the stuff behind it. And I got rid of the visualization background. So you see the lane lines and you get the point anyway. Alright, so everything's smooth sailing right now. FSD is... Oh, yeah, it exceeds the speed limit. Well, it doesn't get to exactly the speed limit I set. But watch this. Does a right lane change, then swerves back to... It did a right lane change, and then swerved back to the left. Let's get a replay on that, because what in the world just happened? Look, right lane change, and then left turn signal. That made it swerve into the next lane and kind of just hit that barrier right there. So, since I wasn't at the computer, it took me a while to realize it was stuck. When I came back checking on it, I was like, oh, it's stuck. Oh my gosh. Yeah, FSD got stuck for a while here. Just snagged on this barrier. FSD just, when it's stuck, it just sometimes turns the steering wheel wildly. When it's like not moving, and it wants to turn the steering wheel to do something, it just keeps turning it infinitely. Like, FSD has no limit to how much it can turn the steering wheel. Which they need to put a limit on that, like the same limit as the players have. But yeah. It's just turning and turning, and then I finally come back, and then disengage. I'm like, oh, what in the world just happened? And I disengage and reverse. So, yeah. Okay, my iPad thought I said Siri. Anyway. Okay, so I just pull over here, and that kind of tricked it a little bit. That makes it reroute. It also makes, like, it's like... What was I gonna say? It's like a longer route to get to the destination because I made it like miss its turn later. Anyway, speeding up here, it just slammed on the brakes there, and it slammed on the brakes again. And got to lane change, boom. That was not a good lane change, but I'm sure it's fine. Speeding down the motorway. Alright. What is a motorway? Where did I do that from? Anyway, FSD is just like, it's not smoothly turning the circle. And look, it wants to do a U-turn in the middle of the highway, and boom, that causes it to, the path planner causes it to steer, like swerve really hard because of, like, how it was planning that path. And boom, lane change to get us back in the same lane. It recovered from that pretty well. Still did, like, kind of cause that issue, but, yeah. Anyway, okay. Speeding up here once again, and on to the next part. Let's see. And yeah, when it goes downhill, it just like slams on the brakes sometimes. Look, it just slammed on the brakes there for no reason that second time. But the parking sensors or something thought that like it was on a downhill and then it was transitioning to flat land. So the parking sensors thought that was a wall, and that's why it slammed on the brakes. But yeah, anyway, continuing to the destination. We're basically like pretty close to where we started. Okay, anyway, continuing on. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can make the path planner like purple or something right now. I'm gonna do that. That's fun. Anyway, so waiting at this traffic light for a wee bit. All right, continuing on. Zoom, and the auto speed limit set it to 30 miles per hour. by the way, this recording is from April 3rd, by the way. So it's a little bit outdated if you want to be picky. But yeah, a little bit outdated. It's a little bit outdated. It's turning right from the left lane. Oh, also, guys, look at the next fight, I think. This one, boy, oh boy. Oh no, it's not bad. No way. Look, this light. Look at what FSD does during this right turn. It's supposed to get into that far left lane, right? But boom. It doesn't turn the steering wheel back to the right and then just goes like in between both yellow line and hits the pole. And yeah, FSD just turning the steering wheel once again, like I explained, because it's just like confused. It's just like FSD being confused. But yeah. And FSD gets stuck there for a while because once again I'm not on. You can hear that ring, 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 ring. I have no idea what that noise is now. But yes. Anyway, I've got $3 million. You're probably wondering, how did I get $3 million in this game? Well, I play the game a lot. It's as simple as that. I just drive a lot. That's why I have like 14,000 minutes of play. And then I come back. See the car. Oh, there I am. Then I disengage and reverse. What? Yep, Stormblazer, just reverse. Go ahead. I can't wait when FSD will be able to reverse. Maybe it wouldn't even be able to get out of situations like that. If it could, that would be cool. Very, very cool. So I tested version 13 through the drive-thru, like when the update came out that released the experimental version of FSD, the experimental part of FSD that's been built into it. Also, we wish our destination. And it's better at the Starbucks drive-thru. Like, it's more confident. Like, I set it to 55 miles per hour, and it blasted through the drive-thru at like 15 miles an hour. It's kind of like, it sometimes doesn't successfully and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I set in a new navigation route, and here we go, ready to take off. If you're wondering, like, oh, this is a kind of short video. Well, this was an hour recording. I shrunk it down by times 6. It was originally an hour long, but shrunken down into 10 minutes. So yeah, that gray line is like, oh, basically, if FSD's like, oh, if I was engaged, this is exactly what I would be doing. And I disengaged to put it right there. Oh wow, FSD actually handled that corner pretty well. And look, boom. It just basically went over like 3 lanes. It went over like 3 lanes on accident. When it's like at the highway part where you enter the highway and it lane changes, it does 2 lane changes. But there, it actually went a little bit too far and did 3. Y'all, I stress test FSD to the extreme. That's why I find like things like this. Although, a right on the Discord was like, FSD just actually turned into the duo trip. I was like, it's been a problem. Like, FSD trying to lane change, like, multiple times. FSD puts on, like, for example, the left turn signal to lane change to the left, and then takes a right turn. It doesn't really make sense, but it's probably a bug in your code that makes it. Maybe it'll eventually get fixed when the Autopilot Simulator team actually starts watching videos. They should do that. And also, I don't know why, but the Autopilot Simulator team, a little message for you. If y'all could acknowledge suggestions, that would be great. Like, even if you don't do them, be like, oh, we won't be doing that. But also, a little showcase of FSD just hitting the brakes multiple times there, which is just insane. Like, I don't know why it does that, but at stop signs, it just sometimes goes. It's like it feels like version 14.1 sometimes. I made multiple bug reports and they didn't get like fixed or acknowledged at all. That's why I don't even make bug reports at all. I just make a video on them. But anyway, Blazers, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye!